My 6-year-old daughter is just a miniature version of me.
I know I'm not the problem, because they always come back.
The way I'm taking it is, ladies, be as crazy as you want to be. Like, we can be as crazy as we want.
This morning I woke up beautiful again and craving attention, so I decided to make some bitches mad from scratch.
Go to therapy. Focus on your mental and emotional health. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm not ready to date. I'm staying single.
What is it with guys saying you're never gonna find anyone like them? Thank God.
I lost my feelings somewhere. They haven't returned this entire year. I am feeling like I don't care about anything. I just feel numb. You do realize, like, a man is the easiest thing to find, right? We don't even have to try.
No, ma'am, a simp is easy to find. The man that you want is really hard, especially when you're a single mother of 2 small kids.
Like, any woman at any time can get a man. You guys are plentiful. Okay, dating ick part 2. I probably have 1,000 of these because I've gone on several dates over the past 8 months, and it's terrifying. It's so terrifying. But my favorite is like the 4 to 5 men that comment. Like, it's really giving abandonment issues.
Like it's giving, ma'am, you're 33 and you have 2 kids and you're talking like a teenager. It's giving. You're not Gen Z.
Commented and told me that if I would stop saying like so much, that I would be way prettier.
So today I had my 1-year follow-up for my breast augmentation that I received as a gift for Christmas and my birthday. Best gift ever. Even better gift is we broke up like several months after he paid for it.
So whenever I was divorcing, my biggest fear was that I would never, ever find anyone to date, because I thought, who would want to date a single mom with 2 kids? No one, right? Like, we see the memes, we see the TikToks. It's like, okay, I guess we're just trash, but whatever. So anyways, then I started dating a guy, and he had this list of like qualities that he wanted in a woman. Well, I guess they weren't qualities. It was more like build a girlfriend type of list. And the top thing on there was he did not want to date a girl with kids. I'm like, oh my God, it's a real thing. We, of course, dated. No.
See, this is what I tell you guys. You have the red flags. You know dating a single mother is a red flag, but you ignore it. You ignore it. And then you complain, oh, she cheated on me. Oh, she left. Of course, because you ignored the red flags from the start. You shouldn't have dated her. But you're in love.
Issues. And then we ended up breaking up. But
yeah.
After that, I was like, oh my God, I'm really going to be alone. No one out here is going to want to date a single mom with 2 kids. Okay, they do. They do. I've asked, I'm like, I have kids, right? They're like, yeah. They're little, right? Yeah. I'm like, are you scared? No.
Of course not, ma'am, because they're going to lie to you. They're never going to tell you the truth. Just think about it, ma'am. You're still single. Why are you still single? Because they smash and then they ghost you.
So dating in 2024, 0 out of 10 stars. Most definitely would not recommend. It seems like our options are guys in relationships pretending to be single, guys that aren't over their exes.
But ma'am, you said getting a man is so easy. See, they actually believe their own lies. Yeah, it's easy to get a guy to sleep with you, but that's not the kind of man that you want.
Or men that like fall in love in 5 seconds. Like, no, thank you.
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you're a single mom. Now you're a single mom.
The faster you realize that the only way it's going to happen is if you do it, the faster your life gets better.
How many men do you think are going to crash out tonight and tomorrow because there's a drought on hoes and women aren't on the dating apps like they used to be?
Okay, ma'am, so are you calling yourself a hoe, a 304? Nice.
I don't really understand how some of y'all men be like, why are women so masculine these days? I want a soft woman. Yeah, newsflash, you are the soft woman, babe. You are quite literally a female, a straight bitch, feminine as fuck. I mean, somebody gotta have the balls, my love, somebody.
So I'm 24 and my fiance is 41. So if you're a woman that's in an age gap relationship, what is one piece of advice that you would give me before I get married?
Don't ever listen to women's advice. They never give good advice. Never.
I think the thing that confuses me the most about dating in this generation is you'll meet somebody and they'll be like, oh yeah, I've been single for 2 years. And you're like, cool. And then they'll go in and mention multiple people, one of like which they have just gone on trips with, met their parents, all these things. And you're like, okay, so all I'm hearing is that you actually have not been single. Like, I don't know what your definition of single is. Mine sounds very different, like very different.
I broke 3 years of celibacy for a man who actually turned out to be a covert narcissist, and I cannot believe I did not see it. I'm so grateful I realized it as quickly as I did, but recovering from just like 4 or 5 weeks of narcissistic abuse is like fucked up. But I'm grateful for the valuable lesson that this taught me. I see it for all that it is. It only makes me that much wiser and that much stronger. But it is safe to say that my celibacy has started over.
For all the men who say that they want a younger woman, I want you to give me one reason that isn't aesthetically motivated that you're saying that.
Okay, ma'am, where should I start? Older women have much more baggage and trauma from previous relationships that now I have to deal with. And if a guy cheated on them in the past, from then on, they're paranoid. And they will never trust a man again. And I have to deal with that. I have to now be better than all her previous relationships with all the guys that she's dated. All of them now, I have to be better than them because now she has standards. But in her past, in her 20s, Chad just hit it for free. Chad didn't even have to buy flowers. Chad didn't even have to go out to dinner with her. But now all of a sudden she has standards because she's 30-something. The older they get, the more masculine they get. The more jaded they get because they've been in more relationships and have more disappointments. They're not surprised, they're not impressed by anything anymore. Oh, I want to take you to this restaurant. She's already been there 10 times. I want to take her on vacation there. She's going to talk about some ex that already took her there. They're not impressed anymore. Whatever you do, they're not impressed anymore because they've done it all. They've done it all. So you have to go above and beyond anything she has ever done in her past, just so she is happy, just so you can impress her. Basically, ma'am, with older women, you have to do 10 times more work than a woman in her 20s. Why would I do that? She has a higher body count. She can't pair bond anymore. There are statistics that show that the more sexual partners you have before marriage, the higher the chance that she will cheat in that marriage. Let's say it has nothing to do with the appearance, ma'am. Let's say the 30-something-year-old woman is exactly as beautiful as the 20-something-year-old woman. Why would I go through all the headache, through all her standards, through all her baggage, through all her trauma, through everything, when I can get a younger woman that is as beautiful as her, that has less standards, that is more pleasant to deal with, that hasn't chosen to be a career boss bee? Why would I go through all that headache to choose the 30-something-year-old woman? Why? It doesn't make sense logically.
What I'm about to say doesn't mean I still have feelings for my ex, but it genuinely does mindfuck me. How can you be in a long-term relationship with somebody, fuck them over so bad, that the person on the receiving end, me, has to go through so much therapy, so weekly therapy for months,
This is what I'm talking about, the perfect example. She's been alpha widowed. She's gone through years maybe of therapy. And now I have to deal with all that baggage from her previous relationship, with all those insecurities. Why? Why would I want to go through that? She's the perfect example.
talking about this every single week, trying to rationalize, trying to wrap my head around it, trying to heal. And get to a place where I just simply can think about what happened or think about this person without getting incredibly sad, right?
The next guy that she will date, he's going to be miserable. Why would you want to deal with that? Why? It doesn't make sense. It's not logical.
Do you want to know why it's extremely difficult for women to trust men? Or me, especially? Because my ex-boyfriend from 8 years ago still reaches out to me to hang out. And mind you, this man is fully married and has a brand new baby at home.
Okay, ma'am, so what? That's the guy you chose at that time. That doesn't mean anything, ma'am. That doesn't mean anything. Not all men are the same. That just says a lot about the kind of guy you go after. Because all the men you have dated, you can't trust them. Another perfect example of why you shouldn't deal with older women. They have trust issues. Because all the chads that she's dated cheated or are cheaters. I don't care. Not all men are the same. Exactly like not all women are the same. Why would you want to deal with an older woman? It doesn't make sense.
Bro.
And she says, bro. Bro.
What the fuck?
It took going out in Miami at a young age. Like, I lived there from 21 to 22. But even before then, like, I'd go out there and I'd meet these girls, and it's like they would only post, you know, as if it's their lifestyle. But it's like, I was out. Like, that's his yacht. Yeah, you're dating him right now, but, you know, by September, you're gone. It's his house, his this, his that. And at the end of the day, if I was like, hey, like, let's call an Uber. Oh, I don't have an Uber app. Let's go here to eat. Oh, let me text this guy for money. It's like,
yeah, this is how they transform themselves in 304s, and then they end up at 30-something with lots and lots of cats.
they are the epitome of that Kanye line, $2,000 bag with no cash in their purse.
As I told you guys, I'm starting to work with Amy, this dating coach, and she's going to revamp my profile, okay?
That's your first mistake, ma'am, working with a female dating coach.
Because she said it was ass. And I told her in our first session one more thing that I just want to tell you guys. Not to flex, but because I feel like it might be relatable to other single people out there. My problem is not that I go on a lot of dates and I fall in love and then I get ghosted or the guys don't like me back.
We all know what your problem is, ma'am. You have too high standards. That's why you'll never be able to find a man. Because Prince Charming won't date you.
Whatever. I genuinely don't like anyone. I think that there's something wrong with me. I haven't had a crush in a really long time. And when I go on these dates, I find the people quite boring. I find myself almost bored to tears. I'm not trying.
That's your level, ma'am. That's your level.
Trying to be a man hater today, but I'm fundamentally bored to tears on all the dates I go on. I'm just like, wow, you're so not curious. You're so not interesting.
Here is how we're going to come across extremely attractive and make somebody fancy us straight away.
Okay.
Even if you are somebody that's attractive or you might not think you are, we're gonna this trick is gonna work for everyone. Okay, so what we need to do is when we're talking to them, obviously give them eye contact, and we're gonna look at one of their eyes. So like just say we'll go from their right eye, then down to their lips and then to their left eye, but really quickly. Like we're not gonna be staring for.
See, this is why I tell you, they don't know what they're talking about. I couldn't care less about that, ma'am. Okay, so you do that trick, so what? You have tons of red flags. You're a 304. That means absolutely nothing. This is why I tell you, don't take advice from women. They don't know what they're talking about. We're going to skip this video.
So I am ovulating right now. Good morning. And unfortunately what that means for me is I could walk outside right now and see a man with no job, no sense of humor, quite frankly, no teeth. And I would still think, you know what? I can see a world in which we'd have a beautiful life together.
One of my hottest takes is that true love and soulmates and the one is all sexist propaganda. Fairy tales and movies function as tools that condition women to eagerly disrupt their lives and center men and center romance and view domesticity as like romantic destiny rather than subjugation and oppression.
How much do you want to bet, guys, that she's single? And she's going to be single for a long, long time. How much do you want to bet? Let me know down in the comments.
You want a kid now, you want a house now, you want a marriage now, you want everything right now. When do you look at what I want? Never have you asked what I want. Not once.
Here.
No, not once have you asked what I want. This whole fucking relationship.
Okay, and whose fault is that, my guy? Why are you still in a relationship with her? Ignoring the red flags. Just being in a relationship for the sake of not being alone.
It's always when she wants what April wants when she wants it.
Sorry.
No, it's literally. I've tried to explain this to you before. I keep a lot of shit in.
I don't want you to keep anything in with me.
Well, I can't talk to you about it because you get mad at me and then it starts another argument.
Okay, my guy, and why are you complaining like a woman? Why haven't you left that relationship if you're not happy? You're not married with her. Why haven't you left? Because you're a coward, because you're a pussy. You're not a man. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop making up excuses and leave. If she's not what you want, leave. Grow some balls.
Every fucking time.
That hurts for you to feel like that because I do not want you to ever feel like that because you are so important to me. And I'm sorry.
Why?
And I'm sorry. But like, we do compromise on certain things.
We don't
too.
compromise. There's never been a compromise. It's always what how many times have I repeated this? It's always what April wants when she wants it. Should I just stay with you because you're crying and I feel bad, or should I look out for what I really want in life?
You should have done that a long time ago. Instead of complaining online for everybody to see. You just look like a...
Is there anyone else out there in their 40s like me who feels kind of invisible? Like, I'm not as cute as I was in my 20s and 30s. I'm definitely not as fit as I was in my 20s and 30s. I don't have as much hair as I used to have. It's literally falling off like the top of my head. Oh! Ah! It's falling off the top of my head. It just spit everywhere. Not as graceful as I used to be. And like the hair that is growing back in, it's gray.
Okay, ma'am, but all of that can be fixed. Why haven't you worked on yourself? If you feel lonely, you can dye your hair. You can go to the gym. You can fix a lot of issues.
Which is fine. I'm good with going gray. I've had this gray streak in my hair for a really long time and I've just been rocking it.
Okay, then why are you complaining that you're invisible?
But like, I don't have any more eyebrows. I don't have any more eyelashes. I just don't feel pretty anymore.
Okay, and instead of complaining, why don't you go to the gym? Why don't you try to better yourself? To do something about it. You don't care. You would rather complain on the internet, on TikTok. It's so stupid. We're going to skip this video.
So I flew on a one-way flight to Europe for this guy. I'd known him for like 10 days. We had this whirlwind romance, met him at the farmer's market. It was a vibe. I get to Europe. I'm not in the city he's in yet, but I'm in Barcelona. I'm going to Berlin. He lives in Berlin. I've been invited to live in Berlin with him for the summer. And I'm all, you know. So I'm in Barcelona. The night before my flight, he FaceTimes me. Hey, Soph, I met someone else. Don't come to Berlin.
Men are not the prize that they think that they are. I made a video last week about how I've been single for almost 2 years and that it's true what they say. The longer that you've been single, the easier it is to stay that way, to the point that I can't really picture myself in a relationship because I don't really like anyone. I've only liked 2 people in the last 2 years. And while most women did agree with me that they feel the exact same way, shared similar experiences, of course, here come along the men somehow making it a negative thing. Saying things like, I know a lot of elderly women that would love companionship, telling me that I need to speed up my sense of urgency because yikes, I'm 35 and it's not looking good for me, as if I care. And
Okay, ma'am, then wait 10 more years and let me know if you care when you're 45. See, nowadays women are expected to live till 80, till 90. That's a lot of years to be single, to be alone, to have nobody, just some cats or some dogs.
Pointing out the fact that I must be lonely because I don't have a ring on my finger, which is actually hilarious.
So
I'm a 49-year-old woman, and I've never been married. I don't have kids, and I'm not in a relationship. And when I meet a lot of new people, this is how it goes. So, are you married? No. Do you have kids? No. Are you in a relationship? No. And then I can see their mind ticking 100 miles an hour, and they're thinking, what is wrong with this girl?
Yeah.
And then that's that conditioning mindset, because I haven't ticked off the normal boxes of society, especially in my generation, which was the norm, right?
Nobody cares about the norm. It's the fact that you look good for your age and you're still single. What does that mean? If you're still single at that age, it means you have something really, really wrong with you.
It was to be married and have kids and especially be in a relationship, and I'm not doing any of those things. And it just makes me giggle, the reaction that I get every time. But I always get these questions and I know it's coming and it makes me laugh. But I just want to see, does anyone else get this as well? Can you resonate? Especially women in their 40s, because it's funny.
I will tell you this, ma'am. The better a woman looks, if she's single, there is something majorly wrong with her. Because guys are fighting over beautiful women. So if the fact that you're alone, ma'am, suggests that you have a really big problem. Something's wrong.
This is how wild dating is, okay? So I went on a first date last week, even though I said I'm not dating at least the first 2 quarters of 2025. But I was supposed to go on a first date with this guy like before Christmas, and then I got COVID. So we rescheduled, and like that's not gonna work out. But nothing on this guy. However, like after the date, I got in my car, and literally from Scottsdale to my house, which is a 40-minute drive, I cried, like sobbing tears. And at first I was like, what the heck is wrong with me?
You're too emotional. That's why you cried.
And then I realized that I just was like feeling all these things still about Fall Guy, the guy I dated in the fall, that totally blindsided me.
Okay, so you're an alpha widow. Why didn't you tell us this from the start, ma'am?
So throw a cactus at me next time I start having feelings for someone, because I'm over this.
The last man I was in a relationship with, we actually lived together, was 27 years younger than me. You heard that right. I met him when I was 57 and he just turned 30. I was older than his mom. Men my age don't seem to like me much.
Of course, ma'am, because men your age want younger women. That guy probably just wanted to smash, wanted to have some kind of experience. I don't know. I honestly, I can't understand how much of a big simp you have to be to date a woman 27 years older than you. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. She can't look that good. She can't look that good in bed. She can't look that good undressed. She can't, because she's, I don't know how old she's, 57. So many simps out there in this world. So many simps.
I think it might have something to do with my autistic energy and my hobbies. Someone that follows me sent me a DM explaining why older men don't like me, and he was spot on. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. So it's pretty much dudes that are in their 20s and 30s that talk to me. And when I meet them in real life, they don't know my age. But when I tell them, they go even harder.
Yeah, of course, man, because they don't want to be in a relationship with you. They just want to smash. They don't care how old you are. For them, you are just practice.
So since I've started posting on TikTok, I have gotten the question, why are you single? So many times. So many times. And you want to know why? Because I'm crazy. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, that's probably a small part of it. But the reason I'm single is because I'm a little lover girl. Okay? Are your feet cracked? Bring me the coconut oil. Or let's put some feet masks on.
That's not the reason why you're single, man. Because if you were like that, you would actually find a good guy. No, you're attracted to the bad boys. You're attracted to the toxic ones. That's why you're still single, because probably they broke up with you.
On you. You know what I mean? Is your piano bench kind of cracked and old and looks a little ghetto? Amazon delivery. It's your birthday, it's Christmas, it's Valentine's Day. You're gonna have a basket full of stuff because I know your favorite color, I know your favorite candy, I know your favorite wine/alcohol, I know what size underwear you wear, I know what you're low on in your house, I know everything about you.
Then why aren't you married, ma'am? Because you go after the wrong guys. Otherwise you would be married. It's so logical. I don't understand how they don't see the logic in it.
I've been sizing you up from day one. Dinner is cooked, the house is clean, I'm wearing sexy lingerie or a cute little jumpsuit because I'm just a typical Leo and that's just what I do. I'm loyal, and I'm a great mom. So I know what I bring to the table. And
whoa. Did she say she was a great mom? So is she a single mother? Maybe that's why she's single.
Everybody does not get access to that energy. I very much enjoy being alone. I don't mind being alone. People kind of stress me the hell out. Aside from that, I have 2 jobs. I work 9 to 6 during the week as a preschool teacher. And then I own a residential cleaning company. So on weekends I do cleanings. And I have 2 toddlers. So not only...
That's why you're a single man. Because the men that you want, you can't get them. Because they don't want to date single mothers. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. And I'll see you on the next one.